Today, I'm going to take a simple topic that is semiotics. Semiotics, also called semiology, the study of science and sign using behavior, it was defined by one of its founders, the Swiss linguist Ferdinand de Saussure, as the study of the life of science within society. Semiotics can be defined very simply as the study of science. Signs include words, gestures, sounds, objects, and visuals that generate meaning as part of the system of the signification. Okay, although the word was used in this sense in the 17th century by the English philosopher John Locke, the idea of semiotics as an interdisciplinary field of study emerged only in the late 19th and early 20th centuries with the independent work of Saussure and of the American philosopher Charles Sanders Peirce. Common examples of semiotics include traffic signs, emojis, and emoticons used in the electronic communication, and logos and brands used by the international corporations to sell us things like brand royalty, like such. Okay, there are two accepted origins of semiotics. Saussure used the term semiology to describe the study of science. The other origin of contemporary semiotics is the work of the American philosopher and logician C.S. Peirce. Peirce preferred the term semiotics, and today this term is most commonly used. So, semiotics is popular among students of the media studies, film studies, and cultural studies, in addition to those of the literary criticism. Semiotics is usually divided into mainly three branches. The first one is semantics, the second one is syntactics, third one is pragmatics. So let's move on to the first one, semantics. Semantics is a relation between signs and the things to which they refer or their meaning. So the second one is syntactics, relations among signs in formal structures. And the third branch is pragmatics, that is the relation between the signs and the effects they have on the people who uses them. Semiotics theories are important because they reveal the way in which signs communicate ideas, attitudes, and beliefs to us. In the context of television, film, newspapers, and other forms of media, semiology explains the way in which the images are used to represent and relay information to the audience. Semiotics help them to relate the various elements of the text to each other and to the larger social system. In this, it is similar to the structuralism. Structuralist semiotics builds on semiotic theories of science to read narrative. Since we have acquired some familiarity with Saussure's work we have mentioned before, we can move on to look at the Peirce's contribution to the study of science. Peirce offered a three-cornered or triadic model of science as follows. The first one is representamen. Second one is interpretant. The third one is object. So first, the form the sign takes, that is the material or the material like sound, writing, a painting, a gesture, a word. This is equivalent of the Saussurean signifier. It's also sometimes described as a sign vehicle. So the second one is interpretant, that is the sense made of the sign, that is a sign created in the mind of a listener, viewer, as a result of reading or listening to the representamen. It's important to note that the interpretant is not the person doing the reading, but rather the idea generator in the mind when we see the sign. The third and the final one is object, that to which the sign refers. It's sometimes called the referent. All these three make up the sign. The interaction between these three is semiosis. I hope you all understand this. So the language is the effect of this interaction. Okay, signifiers. We will opt for the Saussure's signifier as a term since it's most commonly used than representamen, are related to their objects of referent in three modes, that is, symbol or symbolic, an index, and the third one is icon. Okay, which is the first one is symbolic, which is related to its referent only by the convention, like as with words or the traffic signals. The second one is index, which is associated with its referent. Third one is an icon, which resembles its referent. Semiotics suggests that for users of the language, signs stand in for or to represent something. Signs are made of signifiers like words, sounds, and signified like object. And the relation between these two can be arbitrary, imitative, or directly connected. The process of interaction between the word like signifier, the object referred to signified, and the idea of the sign generated in our mind upon hearing or reading this, the word is semiosis. So, in short, the semiotics is the study of signs and symbols, in particular as they communicate things spoken or unspoken and unspoken. Second one is common signs that are understood globally include these traffic signs, emojis, corporate logos. The third one, written and spoken language is full of semiotics in the form of intertextuality, puns, metaphors, and references to cultural commonalities. So, thank you.